Dear friends, in this video I will be speaking about the meaning of the moon in astrology or in a horoscope. So if you wish to learn more about the basic female principle that we both have, man and woman, this video can be interesting for you. In other languages, I offer online seminars on astrological topics, and they will be offered in English as well. So follow my website www.symbolicthinking.net to see what is coming. In Indian astrology, in Indian tradition, moon is more important than the sun, as you most probably know. And there is a reason for that. In Western astrology, that is tropical and orientates according to the sun traveling through the equator, sun is more important, and this means that basically Western people use much more their rational mind, their free will to do things, and they more believe in a conscious part of personality, and they tend to underestimate the subconscious. Until recently, we were even afraid of lunar energy, and in English there is an adjective lunatic, which means crazy. But all cultures, and Indian culture as well, are not afraid to see the darkness. And they're not afraid to go deep into the human soul to see what is going on there and to find there are many questions and answers. Because basically, if you need to know what is happening, then close your eyes. That's what we say in astrology. So I'm recording this video, as you see, a few days. I'm in Venice, in Venetian Lagoon. I hope you enjoyed the view, because Venice is the city that has many secrets, the same as our lunar principle. And I was going to say that I'm recording a few days before the new moon in Cancer. That is going to be also a partial solar eclipse. And with this starts the whole series of eclipses that are going to happen on Cancer-Capricorn axis. And with those eclipses, we will feel this lunar energy very strong. So let's ask ourselves, what is the basic difference between the lunar and solar principle? The sun represents the creative male principle, while moon represents the preserving female principle. The sun principle is basically very simple. It shines and then disappears, and then does that again. In mythological stories, we see that actually what the sun does, it constantly fights for its light. And you will notice that this is happening with the people who have very strong sun in their horoscope. They fight for their light all the time. You have to notice them. But the moon principle is connected with the phenomenon of time, and it depends on the law of birth, growth, and death. So it's much more complicated. The moon and the sun are basic yin-yang principles in horoscope. Even though we can speak about yin-yang opposites on the basis of other different planets like Mars and Venus and Jupiter and Saturn and so on, but basic yin-yang in horoscope are actually sun and moon, and they're also our mother and father, and they say about us how this basic male and female in us works. We can speak also about those two principles on the collective level. For example, there are cultures that worship the moon, or to say they live in accord with the lunar energy, as are Polynesian and African cultures and Indian culture to a certain extent. And they respect the creative power of nature, they live by respecting their natural instincts, and live in accord with the natural law. They respect natural law. Other cultures that worship the sun, or to say live in accord with solar principle, such as European culture, for example, they respect everything that overcomes nature. They do not respect natural law, but they force the nature to serve to their male aims and male needs. And there is the third culture, that is Chinese, for example, and to a certain extent Slavic culture, that they respect both principles. If you wish to see how your solar principle functions, you can see my other video on YouTube about solar principle, that is Sun, Your Greatest Love Potential, I think the name of the video. And there you will have a possibility, because I'm asking there some questions. If you know, when you answer those questions, then you will see how your male, this your sunny principle, works. Um, of course, you can also order consultations with me on this topic to see if you have possibility for self-realization and how and where to look for this possibility. Is your creativity um, is your creativity working? Do you feel free to create, to do things according to your inner heart desires, and so on? So this was about the sun. It is always good to analyze sun and moon together. A lunar principle does not have its own will, and the moon in horoscope subordinates itself to other planets and unites with them. But both of those principles are very important. Everything that we invent through the sun, we realize in the world, we manifest through the moon. The sun in our horoscope says about creative potentiality and ability for self-realization, while lunar principle gives it form. So the sun is the idea and moon is the form, or sun is the energy and moon is the form. So you can imagine that there is only energy here around and there is no form to hit it. Then there is not, I mean, we would not have this material world, but we have it. We have to expect it and accept it and understand how it works. So what moon symbolically means? Let's say a few things generally. Moon means fertility, birth, all waters on the earth, woman, plants, mythical ancestors, everything, all of those things are connected to the moon. Moon represents regular regeneration and renewal. Its symbol is a snake or a spiral because they renew themselves. And the moon is connection with the death and resurrection. Moon is also connected to time and destiny. In mythological stories, they say that the moon measures time and moon dreams our destiny. So everything that is connected with the rhythm is also connected with the moon. Um, and there are phases. Everything that is about phases is connected with the moon. So, for example, we have numbers and letters thanks to the moon. Man invented numbers and letters by watching the moon and by measuring the time when the moon was moving. As everything that is connected with rhythm is also part of this energy, then it means where moon shows in our horoscope, this is the place of instability, because there comes the light and the darkness, like the high and the low tides. If we have moon in the fourth house, for example, we have a house, we lose the house. We stay in the house, we always have to go out from the house. There is instability that's connected with the moon also. Philosopher Plutarch said that moon is the soul, earth is the body, and sun is the mind. All of those things are that I'm describing here are from the books of Micić Eliade. So I recommend his books very much to all of you. Even though he's not an astrologer, he speaks about mythological and different religious cultures. But his books can be the base for everybody who studies astrology. Let's see now what the archetype of the moon represents in our horoscopes. The moon shows the place of life where we undergo rhythmical changes, as I said. So also let's give another example. We have moon in the 10th house. Then we can have a great career for one period of life, and then we are tired of that. We don't want to do the career anymore. So we go down and then up and then like that. It can be also that there was a not enough stable relationship with mother or with father if the moon is in the cardinal house. Moon also says in horoscope a lot about our fertility and eventually about our popularity. That moon in the 10th house gives popularity. Moon in the 7th house also can mean that one has many clients, is popular, works in medias, the same as in the 3rd house, for example, or in the 11th house. Moon says a lot about our mother family, us as a mother, doesn't matter if we are male or female, and our ability to care for others. To care, how to care for others, it's a very nice thing, to nurture others. Moon says about our house also, the same as the Cancer sign. So if the moon, for example, is in the fourth house, there is a big chance that in some period of our life we have a big, huge, wonderful house. Then we lose it, for example, or something like that, or we change it all the time. In the second moon, in the second astrological house, also can bring a nice home. In a male horoscope, moon says a lot about man's marriage. If, for example, he has a moon in the ninth house, means maybe he will be married with a Sagittarius woman, or they will travel a lot, maybe they will move constantly, they will have high aims, and so on. The moon gives us information about the early childhood, especially from the birth to the third year. And what is very interesting is that in that time, actually, the complete this emotional file in ourselves is built, and later in life we act according to this certain style that we have. We act emotionally according to that, what was built in that time, but we are not conscious about that. And what is the most important about the moon is that moon says what do we need to have to feel emotionally secure. So if we have a moon in the sixth astrological house, then we need a home, then we need a job. And when we have a job and we go to that job regularly and have regular salary, we feel secure, like nothing bad can happen to us in this world. Or, for example, if we have moon in the third house, we have to communicate, we have to write, we have to be in contact with people. And when we are not alone, when we are communicating, we feel emotionally secure, and so on. In today's time, there are many women who do not understand properly their lunar energy. And lunar energy is, of course, more important for a woman than for a man. Many women deny it even, and that can be a big problem. In my work, I met many women that are successful in their jobs, but they have great career, but have big problem to establish family and have children. If you need a consultancy on this topic, feel free to contact me. I often recommend to female clients what to do to evoke their lunar energy and help them to cultivate it. When the moon is in the strong position and is well aspected, we can guess that the native has strong nurturing energy, that is very sensitive, it is empathic, popular among others perhaps, that cares about family life, children, and so on. According to classical astrology, moon is in a strong position when it's in Cancer and Taurus and in the fourth and second astrological house. But moon is also very important if it's in any cardinal house, in the first, fourth, 7, or 10. If you have the moon there, it means that you manifest this lunar energy very much. Indians say that moon is not really good in the fourth and the house and in the Cancer sign because it rules there, so it can be even too much. But we don't have time now to explore that. Modern astrology considers any planet anywhere in a good position. Because moon can give in any placement good results if we understand how to use it potentially and how to improve our lives according to that energy. If the moon is in contact with Saturn or Pluto or with lunar nodes, then those natives have problem to show their emotions in a natural way or to manifest, let's say, typical family life. That also applies for some of those who have moon in Capricorn or in Scorpio. Many people do not know that lunar energy has similarities with Saturn energy. They have the same cycles of 29 years or 29 days. Both of them tell us a lot about our past, even about previous existences, for those who believe in that, of course. They both limit us in material form or in a body, to say. Saturn and the moon are connected with our memory of the past of ourselves or even past of our family. Lunar energy is also always very strong, as I said, in the eclipses time, and we are now going to experience eclipses on Cancer Capricorn axis from 2018 to 2020. So I have two videos on this topic and I recommend to you to see them. One video is New Direction Lunar Nodes Cancer Capricorn Axis 2018 to 2020. And another video is Changing Time, the Meaning of Eclipses Summer 2018. Even though I speak about the summer 2018, those eclipses will have an effect on us next year or two. Pardon. Eclipses are very important because this is the moment in time when universal energy meets with our human energy and we understand better what is the purpose of our life and which direction to go. Moon, of course, has many other meanings that I cannot mention now. But as I said, I want to stress that Moon says, what do we need to feel emotionally secure? Secure in this world. I believe that there is no better way for understanding ourselves and our life potentials and our life path than through astrology. So if you wish to discover more, feel free to contact me and order consultations with me. I also order feng shui I also do feng shui consultancy and analysis and theta healing. Theta healing is a sort of spiritually energetic healing. So if you are interested, all contacts are under this video. If you like the video, please like it, share it, and comment. You can also follow my posts on Facebook. Looking forward to seeing you soon and wish you to take care of yourself and others and to find somebody who will take care of you and your emotional needs as well.